Sorry about that, guys. That was just Ken. I was texting, but let's go ahead and get into this. I was just sitting here again, updating my information with the NCU, and I, I said, I'm going to go ahead and do a video. It's not the video that I plan on doing, but it's a video that I'm going to do because I feel like I want to. I'm just going to go off the top of my dome about this. Now, this title reads, it says, My Thoughts on the Future of a Justice League Sequel. For those who don't know, Justice League came out, I believe, in 2017, and we finally, for the DCEU, see a mashup of some of our favorite DC Comics heroes, including Superman, Batman, well, a resurrected Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Flash, and Aquaman. And due to the what they consider the box office failure for that movie, which I don't consider the box office failure. I mean, when it comes to Hollywood, they say a movie fails unless it makes three times the money that it generated. So if it took 200,000, $200 million to actually make a movie, they expect 600 back. Otherwise, it's pretty much a failure to them in the eyes. And Justice League didn't quite hit the double bracket. But me personally, I think if they made their money back and then some, it's a good movie. The movie did enough. But okay, there was a lot about the Justice League film that had a lot of great things going for it, but there was a lot of negative, critics' opinions about the film. There's a lot of negative reviews and stuff about the film. But was Justice League as bad as everyone says it is? Me personally, I actually like it. There's a lot of great stuff that the movie has going for it. It does have good characters that are likable characters. Has fantastic fucking action. This music is great. The visuals are great. There are some scenes where visuals could have been a little bit better, specifically geared towards the Cyborg character, but it's not necessarily like it's trash, just kind of obvious CGI. And you had some great performances. There was just a lot of great, memorable things that was going for the film. Now, in wake of that, there was a question if there was going to be a Justice League 2 film. There's going to be a sequel. And it was kind of up in the air that it might not happen. Unfortunately, though, it really can't not happen because the DCEU is continuing, which that's kind of up in the air too because they've already said that there's going to be an Aquaman 2. I'm sorry. They already said that there's going to be a Wonder Woman 2, which is supposed to be coming out this year, I believe. There's in the works a Flash movie that's supposed to be coming out. Batman movie is supposed to be coming out. Batgirl movie is supposed to be out. They're going to continue with the Suicide Squad. They're going to continue with Harley Quinn. They're going on with Shazam that's already out. There's also the Green Lantern Corps. So there's a shit ton of stuff that they got going on for the DCEU not to continue. So, and with that being said, there's no fucking way that they can continue the DCEU without making another Justice League movie. I'm sorry, that is not. Now I did hear that they said they weren't going to do it. But I think that because of the success of Man of Steel, because of the success of Wonder Woman, because of the success of Aquaman, and I guess I'm not really sure about Shazam yet, but because of those movies were successful, I don't care what nobody says. Say what you want to say about Man of Steel. Man of Steel got its money back, and it was a fucking great ass movie. I don't kiss my ass if you don't like it, but Wonder Woman, great movie. Aquaman, great movie. And there's one thing I want you guys to understand, that these single movies that they're throwing out, like, you know what I'm saying, they're actually starting to, generate. They start to generate. Now, I understand people don't like Justice League for various reasons. They said, don't know shit about the bad guy, the CGI bad guy. You say there isn't enough exposition on the characters. Okay, I can get you. Overuse of CGI, I understand. The story maybe not as deep as it could be. Okay, I get you on that. Fine. Whatever. But to say that we do not deserve another Justice League movie, especially when you're continuing on with the DCEU, you know what I'm saying? That's just a problem. Now, having said that, I'm just going to talk about the Justice League 2 and what I want to see from it. Now, I want the Justice League 2 to kind of continue. I want to definitely continue on. from the mistakes of the first one. And then I will agree this too. Superman kind of coming back wasn't really a bad idea, but the problem was he kind of overshadowed the other characters. So I want them to address that too. Me personally, I think they should just say, well, since he just got come back, he just got came back or whatever. His powers got, I don't know, supercharged or something because the energy to the little box or whatever. Or you can say, he got a little bit weaker because of the, being reincarnated or whatever. Fine. But kind of level off Superman a little bit. Flash needs to be faster than him. Wonder Woman needs to be as strong as him. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Don't make him too godlike a character or whatever. But I want Superman to be fitted into this where, he might be the powerhouse, but although the characters can stick with him in some kind of capacity or not. Because, there was one sequence in Justice League where he was fighting all of the Justice League members, and they all couldn't really take him down. So we want to kind of fix that, even though it was a pretty badass sequence. But give our characters a bit more exposition. What's going on with their lives? Look, I don't mind the fact that DC took it different from Marvel. Marvel had all these characters kind of come together, go apart, come together, go apart like that. That's how their movies go. Each one of the characters, Iron Man had 3 movies, Hulk had a movie, Captain America had some movies, Thor had some movies, and they all come together in the movie. Ant-Man had some movies. So they all had their individual little lines so you get to know the characters a bit more. DC didn't do that. And like I said, Marvel had all these individual characters come together, then they made a movie, then they, separated and have made another movie. So I think that's the same way. I don't think DC should have did that. And I'm going to tell you why. I think DC made a smart decision because they did it differently. They did it where, okay, yes, you're gonna throw these characters into one movie. You don't know shit about these characters, but that allows you to this, I think, allows the audience to get to know the characters through their individual movie. It's like when we went and seen Black Panther. Black Panther and Spider-Man got just dropped into Captain America Civil War. What did they do? After that, they took those characters and made their own movies, and those movies were successful. Now you can't sit there and say that people couldn't get applause, that DC can't get the same applause that Captain America Civil War did. You see what I mean? So that's not fair. Can't say that Marvel did it and it's cool and DC do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not cool. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman got established in the DCEU. The only 3 characters that weren't were Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash. Now, we did get an Aquaman movie, Aquaman Killed. It was a fucking awesome ass movie. The best interpretation of the character that we've ever had, hands down. That's where I think it's great. I think it's a better way of actually fleshing out the world, because now, we didn't get a chance to fully flesh out, Atlantis in Justice League. What happened? They made a movie, fleshed out Atlantis, fleshed out the character of Arthur. You know what I'm saying? That's what DC needs to keep doing. Okay, now the next movie. Drop a movie about Cyborg. Give us some exposition about his character now. How he's dealing with this. What the hell happened? You know what I'm saying? Give us an actual bad guy that he can fight or something like that. Because I don't know Cyborg. I don't think Cyborg actually has like a rival or anything like that. I don't think so. I haven't heard it. Maybe he does. I don't know. I don't follow him in comics. In fact, I don't even like the character that much. But I did like him in the movie. And I kind of like him in Teen Titans, the cartoon. But same thing with Flash. Now that we've introduced the core of his life, yes, he's just not become this, this guy that's supposed to be a forensics or whatever it was, Barry Allison or whatever. And his father's in jail. Now you make a movie following up on that, giving us exposition on what happened, how he's dealing with it, how he's dealing with the powers and stuff like that. To me, I feel like if there was a Flash movie, it would probably kind of play a little bit off Spider-Man Homecoming, where, okay, he's been with these heroes, they've done a great thing, and now he's trying to move on with his life, but he wants to still kind of do that. But I want Justice League to come in and kind of and show us, have these characters come reunite, show their development from their films, see how more powerful they've gotten, how more knowledgeable they've gotten, you know what I'm saying? Just let us see how these characters have evolved from their own movies, you know, their own time that we get to spend with these characters in their own line, series, or whatever you want to say. Me personally, I think there should be a Flash and Cyborg movie because they are both younger characters. So I would like to see those two characters kind of become friends. But anyways, the Justice League 2, I personally don't really want to see Darkseid come back for Justice League 2. Not yet. Am I going to play this like Thanos, have two Avengers movies before Thanos shows up in the third one? No. I don't want I don't want it to be that way because I want to see a bit more under what Darkseid's got going on. Okay, one of my lieutenants failed. I'm going to if one of my lieutenant was Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf was a fucking awesome ass bad guy. He's a bit flat, yes, badass all the way though. He was awesome, but okay, Steppenwolf loses or whatever. Okay, fine. Second of Justice League movie, have another bad guy under him. Maybe it's the Furies. Maybe it's the Granny, whatever her name is. A weird, I don't know what the hell character that is. Granny Goodness, yes, Granny Goodness. Maybe it's her. Maybe it's Caliban. Have another one of these other underlings that's under him go take on the Justice League and try to do world domination or whatever. I wouldn't mind that. Then for a third Justice League movie, have Darkseid show up. Kind of make it like subtle. Like I said, subtle. Like I said, not like Thanos, do like what Darkseid would actually do in the comics. And sometimes Darkseid wouldn't just actually just outright do things. He would send other generals to take care of business. If they couldn't, then he would do it. So, but sometimes he would do it too. But you know, sometimes he's busy doing Darkseid things. So he would send somebody else to take care of this, and if they couldn't take care of it, then he would do the Darkseid. Now you could say Thanos would do that, but if you think about it, almost every bad guy that's a big bad guy boss type would do that. So I'm not gonna say I don't like people to be like, well, he's just doing what Thanos did. I'm like, no, pretty much every bad guy in history that's like a badass like that did that. So no. And I'm quite sure more people know Darkseid than know Thanos. Because me personally, coming up, I knew more about Darkseid than I knew Thanos. And I didn't give a shit about Thanos in the comics, but I've always liked Darkseid. He seemed like a much more interesting bad guy. So, and even if they didn't do that, I wouldn't mind seeing Darkseid. But me personally, I want to see them flesh out a little bit more of his entourage before he shows up. So I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more Darkseid. I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more. And like I said, that's one reason I kind of like the Justice League. It isn't about their stories. And I like story-driven things like that, but it isn't really about the stories. It's about the team. And I like that because that gives us more time to focus as a team. Let the individual movies fully further flesh them out. Because if you think about it, if the Avengers hadn't had the movies preceding to it and just made the Avengers movie, it would have been the same thing. It would have been, you didn't know nothing about them or anything like that. It wasn't like they had character developing arcs within really in the movie outside of them learning how to work as a team. But you know what I'm saying, I'd play it the same way. It's not like if you watch the Avengers, all of their backstory and all of that stuff is revealed. It's like, no, play Justice League the exact same way. Be fair. So allow the individual movies to tell the story of the characters, why the great movie where they come together as a setup and all that, let that be its own thing. So that's some ideas that I wanted to talk about. One thing that I want to see in Justice League 2, and from what I heard, they're not going to do it Justice League 2. And unfortunately, that's not, like, it literally makes no sense not to, especially if you're going to continue on with the DCEU. But then these are dumbasses that are letting their stars just walk off because they're not doing shit with the characters. And now Henry Cavill, fucking awesome ass Superman, the best that we've had live action. Don't care what nobody says. Ben Affleck walked off as Batman. Now I hear Ezra Miller is potentially walking off as the Flash. So there's a bit of a problem with that. There is a big, huge ass problem. Definitely need to get themselves together because they just, and then on top of that, not only are they not getting the shit that makes sense to do, they're not getting that shit done. Like, a Man of Steel 2 should have been in the works. Batman should be dropping now. The Batman should be dropping this year sometime. The Flash should be dropping this year sometime. All of that Harley Quinn and the Sirens, all of that Green Lantern, all of that Batgirl, all of that shit is fucking irrelevant. You need to drop the main stars now. We got Shazam out, we got Aquaman out, we got another Wonder Woman coming out. There's no freaking reason Batman ain't out, Flash ain't out, and freaking Man of Steel 2 ain't out. But we'll see how it goes, and I don't care what anybody says at WB or DC Comics. You're a fucking idiot for announcing a Justice League 2 is not going to come on. Make the Justice League 2. Quit being stupid. Quit making bad decisions, because all you're doing is running the DCEU into the ground. And I don't care what nobody says. I like the direction that the DCEU has taken. I like that it's darker. Hell, I read The Dark Knight's Metal. I was reading the fucking Injustice 2. I was reading World War Hulk. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading all of these dark and gritty comic things that have gotten so much acclaim, but then you got a damn movie and everybody's sitting here bitching that's too dark. So kiss my ass, people. But anyways, Justice League 2 definitely needs to be made. It definitely needs to be made. Guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what are your thoughts about a sequel for Justice League? Do you want to see one? Do you not want to see one? What are your thoughts, your opinions of what they should put into the movie, what should be done into the movie? And also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on in this channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.